Okay, this is going to be a quick tutorial on how to use the blank graphics that have been included in the More Feet Club. You could also use other photos and things like that, but I'm going to focus specifically on using the content from the More Feet Club. So when you have logged in and you go down, you'll see there's the graphics, the square graphics with all the text that I've added. And then right below that, you have the blank graphics that are also all of a square dimension. Okay, so you're going to click on the one that you want and save it. Then we're going to go to a program called Get Stencil. So GET and then the word stencil.com is the website, and you just use that exactly to get to the app. You can start editing without being logged in, but to download, you will need to have a free account, and the free account gives you 10 down images. What they say is images a month. So again, I've kind of gone over a lot of this stuff in my more in-depth video, and we're not going to do that this time. I'm just going to go straight to the important stuff. Now, when I first opened this, it gave me this default size, and this is not the size of those square images. But just for fun, because apparently I can't do anything quick, we're going to do it. So we're going to upload an image, and let's just go with this vitamin D one that I downloaded. And I'm going to click on it. They're going to give me a little notification, and I'm going to say okay. So I'm going to drag on the corner to do it. I want you to see when you do the side ones, it's going to distort the image. Please do not drag from the side, and do not drag just from the top or the bottom. You don't want to do any of these middle circles. You only want to use the corners. Now, because I've already distorted this, we're not going to fix it. We're just going to delete it. I'm going to click on it again, and I'm going to use just the corners. Now, because I'm using this 1200 by 800 image size, you can see it's actually kind of cropping the image that I have provided. So if you need something that is in this dimension, that's fine. You can still use these background images and use it like this. However, it's going to usually work better for you if you choose the Instagram option, which is going to be a complete square, which is the 1080 by 1080. My graphics are actually 1280 by 1280 usually. But anyway, let's see here. Gotta get that centered. Okay. So there's no white space around the edge like that. We've got this perfectly open. You can even see those little grid lines. They help you know that you've got it exactly centered. Now, as I add some text on top, I'm going to go ahead and click this Set as Background just to keep it locked into place for me. But it's very easy to turn this on and off, so if I do need to move it or customize it, I have that option very easy. You can also see that we could add some filters to change the color. You're welcome to play around with that, but we're not going to do that today. Clear all, go back to my default, set as a background. All right, now I want to add some text, and we've got a text box that pops up. I can choose the font that I want. I'm going to focus on something nice and readable, which is Helvetica. Now I can drag my text box up here. I can increase the text size to be bigger. I can change the color to make it more readable. Choose what will have good contrast against the background, and I think actually the white gives it more contrast than the black did on this one. You can also use an outline color or this background color if you really needed. Now over here you've got this little transparency option. Actually, I'm going to use something more helpful. So that with the black, you can use the transparency, so it gives you a little bit of color, but not too much. You can kind of still see what's going on behind it. That is an option. And if you decide you don't like that, you can simply click on this X to take it away. You also saw that, let's see, I could pick that because I want to show you that looks a little more natural. It blends in a little bit better than the black background actually did. And I can make it full width with just a simple little click. And actually, I think that looks much better than it did when I just had it, just part of it. So you want to edit your text, you just click in this box and you can type, well, we're not talking about reflexology, we're talking about vitamin D with this graphic. Okay, but that's a little big. So just kind of, and you can see that the bar will adjust with your text size. So that's nice. You can center it. Actually, let's see. There we go. Now you can see where I've got the text centered, and that little line is showing me that it's centered exactly in the middle of the page now. So I'll stop it. And let's see, is there anything else that we need to do? We could always add other text if we need some elements for some reason, something a little bit extra. You can always pull in one of these. This is not actually going to look good, but just so you can see a little bit about it. Again, you can play with the color on those and the transparency. Just play with those. You can, you know, again, pick a color straight from the oops, thing. If I don't want it, right here is the delete icon, or I can use delete on my keyboard. You can add your logo. So if we click on logos, it is going to ask you to have a paid plan for that. However, we have another way to work around it. We can upload an image, and I've got 2 logos in here, and I'm going to go ahead and do them both so you can see a little bit about the different types of logos. I know we're supposed to be keeping this short and quick. So I'm going to click on my white one and just drag that over here. I can make it big. I can make it small. I can play with it as long as I only use the corners. Do not use the other ones or you will distort it. Now, just as a contrast, here is my colored logo, and it does not look good. Definitely the white one looks better in this case. I'm going to delete that one. And again, well, you know what you could have done though is actually this one, you could use the filter. That is supposed to be black and white. It doesn't look black and white though. I don't know, that doesn't really work as well as I thought it would, but it would be an option as well. So anyway, we're going to delete that. And I'm not going to crop it, but you can see you do have the option to crop if there is something you are uploading graphic wise that is a problem. And we've got some text, we've got our logo, it is good, and we can first save it so it will allow us to download. Now, as soon as I saved it, you can see it already decided that I only have 8 images left. So with the free plan, that's one of the limitations you get, but you know, if you don't need to do too many graphics, this one will work just fine. And now you can click on download and it will give you a few choices. You can customize the file name here. You can choose JPEG or PNG. In this case, both are fine. The dimensions 1080 is fine. The type is digital, that is fine. And the compression for anything going on social media, the standard one is fine. You can click start download, and then you will be able to save it to your computer. So, pretty short, simple, and easy way to add some text or customize it using Stencil.